Well, it's been rough. It was not what I was expecting at all, considering some of the rhetoric he has said. I thought we as a nation were smarter, but I guess not. To my transgender and friends and, the people who it affects, as long as you stay alive, they cannot say we don't exist. Being a Satanist means rebelling against them because they're wrong. And as long as you draw breath, every breath you take is a rebellion. Keep on fighting because you just have to. Hail Satan, hail reason always.
What's going on, guys? It's Red Channels. If you like videos like these, please consider giving me a like, sharing, and subscribing. Also consider going down to the description of this video and subbing to me on Patreon. Anyways, enjoy the show.
Quick question. When the price of everything starts going up because of all these tariffs, who is MAGA gonna blame? Like, I am genuinely curious because we know it's not gonna be their orangutan Jesus. They won't take any blame for themselves, even though we've been telling them for months that this is gonna happen. But they don't listen to reason. So who are they gonna blame? Are they gonna blame Biden again? Like they've been blaming him for the last 4 years? Everything's his fault. Even though Biden inherited Trump's terrible economy and has only improved it, and it's actually really good right now. But they don't listen to reason. I digress. Who are they going to blame?
Good morning. I took yesterday to be angry and miserable, and I also took yesterday to make the decision to block my father, who will still end up seeing this. So, hi, Dad. And yes, I did block him because of who he voted for. Because he knows that I am trans, and he knows that I have had 2 abortions, and he still voted for Project 2025, which to me is reprehensible. I have my husband who loves and supports me to the ends of the earth. I have my friends who love and support me to the ends of the earth. And I have other family members who love and support me to the ends of the earth. And I genuinely do not need anyone else. I realize this is something not everyone is able to do safely, and I'm very grateful for my ability to do that safely. I cut my mother off until the day she died, and I can and will do that again.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but someday this holiday that a lot of us celebrate, not me anymore, but I once did, will no longer be a thing. I know that's blows people's minds to hear, or maybe it makes some people happy to hear that. But yeah, someday this won't be a thing, and the idea of celebrating a holiday that is founded on genocide and stolen land will just be seen and viewed as completely 100% absurd.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hardest part that I'm reckoning with right now is that staunch Trump supporters voted for him on the basis of lies and misinformation that was fed to them. The days of respectability politics are out the door. If I hear one more person say, who you vote for is your right and you don't have to tell anybody and it's none of your business, those are not the days we're living in anymore. They don't know what Trump's policies are. They are that misinformed, and that is so frustrating to me. I had that woman in my comments saying she voted for Trump because of IVF access. Babes, there's not even going to be IVF access. What do you mean? It's all lies. It's all lies, and they voted based on lies, and they refuse to acknowledge it. I will move past this, and I'm going to start channeling my energy into preparing and community organization, where I have in the past also channeled my energy. But I will never forgive them. I will never, ever forgive them. I am a social worker, and I work with immigrants and transgendered folks, and today I'm going into work and I have to look those people in the eye and tell them I do not know. I don't know. I don't know what the future looks like for them. And that's terrifying. That's terrifying for them. And I'm going to do my best to support the people in my life that I can touch the best I can.
Trump, do you, pumpkin? I have a great idea. Show up to Thanksgiving with a shaved head and see what happens. You get extra points if you consider yourself a daughter of an American dad. Ooh, that would light his ass up, wouldn't it, babe? Because American dads have never really been given the room to adequately express themselves, it makes them real mad when you do for yourself. Even grumpier when you do things that are outside of what is acceptable to do with your appearance, like shaving your head. Other dad mad options would include getting a tattoo on your face or your neck or even your hands maybe. Ooh, or a facial piercing. That'll really set him off. I love doing shit like that so much. I even want to help you on your dad mad journey, cutie. If you're in my area between now and the 1st of the year and you would like to shave your head before you go home for the holidays, I'll do it for you for free. I think this is your sign to be unapologetically you this holiday season, pumpkin. Let me know if I can help.
So when the vice president's team called, I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
So they reached out to you?
Yeah, they
Okay.
reached out to me, and I recognized that maybe in a different election, it wouldn't be the case, and who knows in future elections what I'll do, but this specific election, the entire focus is on women's bodies, and we're losing rights by the day. And so to have the most popular female podcast where most women listen to this show in the country, it felt like a no-brainer, just like, how as a woman am I not going to do this? How am I going to look back at myself one day if I have children and look back at this decision? I'm really proud I did it.
Yeah.
It's still funny that Kamala going on the Call Her Daddy podcast totally flopped, and everyone decided to watch the Rogan Trump interview instead.
Oh my God, guys, I'm so sick of coming on the internet and crying. But guess what just happened to me? Like, you will never guess. Second table of the night, guys. I like, nasty old man. He leans in, he's like, what's your name again, young man? Phil, like, what can I do for you? Why do you look like a girl? Why are you wearing earrings and prancing around with... Oh my God, like, I could not even let it... What a disgusting thing to say, sir. Like, what a disgusting... Well, why do you look like a girl? Like, I had to put my hands up and say, please stop. Like, I have to go back in. I have to finish working. I have to finish my tables. Like, yes, I love it here. Like, I didn't even do anything. Like, I just came to work. Like, yes, I have to wear a stupid fucking wig. Sorry I dyed my hair. Like, this makes it seem like an actual joke, but this is, like, real. Like, okay. Okay, hi. Welcome to work. What can I get for you?
My grief and heartbreak as I watch my country prepare to violently round up vulnerable immigrant children and ship them off to concentration camps, my heartbreak is making it a little too difficult for me to talk to you about how to pack your suitcase. And I'm sorry as I look at young girls who are being forced into birth slavery all throughout our country, it's making it difficult for me to want to post content where we're evaluating different types of suitcases. It's certainly horrifying to me as I watch people who are already struggling to make ends meet and know that they're going to see 20 to 60% tariffs on the cost of goods, and that's really going to be difficult for those families. So it's hard for me to then want to create content about all of the luxurious hotels in Paris that are my favorites. It feels a little out of tune to be talking about the excitement of going to visit my favorite restaurants when people right now are terrified that their LGBTQ children are going to become suicidal. So I'm sorry that my grief is making me kind of a downer. It's making me a downer for myself as well. I wish I wasn't in this place of grief. But when you're in a place of grief, there's only a few ways through it. And for me, that's communicating my honest, authentic fears and feelings.
It was not a free and fair election when one of the world's largest social media platforms, X, was manipulated and used as an overwhelming source of lies and misinformation to support Trump. 2, when a monumental amount of untraceable dark money was funneled into this election, including to run ads that pretended to be from Kamala, but really were hyper-targeted and designed to drive Muslims, Jews, liberals, and Black Americans away from her. 3, when Republicans take an ungodly number of eligible voters off the voter rolls in state after state. 4, when Trump lied incessantly and was rarely checked by those that interviewed him. 5, when Russia and other bad actors specifically targeted this election to support Trump, and the social media companies have been prohibited and or inhibited from doing anything about it. 6, when oil and gas companies, crypto bros, and who knows who else were effectively bribed to support Trump. And 7, when many voters were intimidated from going to the ballot box for fear of violence. This was not a free and fair election. Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the right-wing media ecosystem lied. They cheated, and they seemed to collude with foreign powers. And now the freaking narrative is that Democrats are the problem, as opposed to all of these tactics, which are certainly immoral, but should be absolutely illegal. It's fucking absurd. Do you agree?
You're adorable. See, you still haven't gotten it yet. It's not just that we're divesting of you socially. We're divesting of you financially as well. See, we know why most of you took down your Trump signs after the election was passed. It's so that you could hopefully not be identified by us. But we were keeping track the whole time. Not only are we divesting ourselves of you socially, we're divesting of you financially. Your businesses, your stores. An economy doesn't work without people actually investing in it. And the majority of people who invest in the economy are laborers. It should be noted that we've also been keeping track of the wealthy people who are actually there for us. And we're still going to be there for them. The conversation is over.
It's been a rough year. I'm a single mom, and my ex-husband does help me out a lot during this time because I refuse to ask for help. But I would rather go and do what I need to do and work at Chipotle after my 22-year career in this industry and refuse to let people feel comfortable in my space to support racism, homophobia, and misogyny and a rapist. I would rather go work there than have people feel comfortable in my space with that and that mentality. So again, I'm reaping what I sow. I am suffering the consequences of my own actions, but I stand by what I said. I absolutely stand by what I said. And so if you see me working at Chipotle as a business owner and a salon owner of 22 years, say hi. Be kind, because this life is fucking hard.
So it's 3 weeks since the election, I believe. And there's only so much constant trauma and suffering that the mind can take in a situation like mine, ours. I mean, if we were in an active war and we were getting bombed and shit, that's a whole different story, because you can't turn it off ever. But I feel like my mind has relaxed a little bit, and I'm starting to get over the aches and the pain in my body that manifested and is still there. It's a pain in the ass. Actually, it's a pain in my scapula. But you get the idea. So he's out there appointing TV reality stars for his cabinet. And I feel like, I just want to laugh, because it's just this totally fucking shit show ridiculousness. Excuse me, I have a retainer in, so I'm like lisping, girl. And then I remember that it's not funny. It's not funny. I try not to live in a constant state of terror
of what is coming. And, you know, I gotta say, I feel like we deserve it.
All right, guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. Please consider giving it a like, sharing, subscribing, subbing to my Patreon. Also, shout out to my first Patreon sub, General Jack Ripper. Been there since day one. Anyway, that's it, and Red Channels will catch you in the next one.